Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, Dr. Yukon Suckit. I'm coming to you today from my secret underground headquarters deep in the Alaskan tundra of the North Slope. Find me there. Come rescue me from this bleak overworld. Anyways, so today I'm bringing to you a deck that is referred to as ESPER, AGGRO, Streets of New Capenna. And let's see what that means. ESPER indicates that it's going to be blue, black, and white. And AGGRO means that we're going to town, puppy chow. Going to crazy town as soon as possible. Just going to town. And our card SNSD stands for Streets of New Capenna. So we got a couple of New Capenna cards in here. I'll tell you what, let's start at the low end and work our way up. So at the low end, we have the Hopeful Initiate. And this guy is a 1/2 for 1, and he's got training, meaning that if you attack with a creature that has a greater power, that you get to put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. So he has the ability to grow. And you can pay 3 and remove 2 of the counters to destroy a target artifact or enchantment if something happens to be getting in your way. We got the Intrepid Adversary. And the Intrepid Adversary is a guy that's a 3/1 for 2. When you put him out, he's got lifelink. If you could pump in 2 more mana for every couplet you put in there, then you get an additional +1 counter on him. And what is it like? Each creature, creatures you control get +1/+1 for each Valor counter on him. Yeah, so he gets some as well, all your creatures. So yeah, they just get Valor counters, and then he gets +1/+1, and everything else you got gets +1/+1 for each of those counters you put on there. So yeah, that guy, he likes to share with the team. That's pretty awesome. Unfortunately, yeah, Luminarch Aspirant are not the kind of counters that the Intrepid Adversary wants. He doesn't want +1/+1 counters. He wants Valor counters. So it'll still be cool. Even if you have lifelink on him, great. That always will help. But it's not necessary. You could probably spread this around someplace else if it's more useful. But yeah, Luminarch Aspirant is a 1/1 for 2. But at the beginning of each combat, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control, which might just be the Luminarch Aspirant herself. We got Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. So this is just a tax card that non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. It just makes it harder for your opponents to do stuff. Plus that she's got first strike, meaning with that 2/1, that as long as she's on, when she's attacking or blocking, that as long as whatever she's going after has only 2 for defense, that she will kill it and it will do nothing to her. So she is quite a little threat. We got the Brutal Cathar. This guy's great as far as white control. Because he costs 3 to put out. He's a 2/2. When it comes out, you get a grab. What does this say? Target creature an opponent controls, and it becomes exiled while this guy is in the battlefield. So, yeah, whenever he enters the battlefield or transforms into the werewolf, does it? No, it just says whenever he transforms into Brutal Cathar. So whenever he comes into the battlefield as himself or comes back to being the human version of himself, that's when he gets to exile some creature into oblivion. Yeah, I thought it happened when we did Moonrange Brute as well, but apparently that is not the case. But anyways, so let's move on to Elite Spellbinder. It's another tax card, as in you put it out, and on the enters the battlefield effect, that you get to take a look at your opponent's hand, you find a non-land card in it, and you get to exile it. The person can still play it, but they have to pay 2 additional to be able to play it. So it's okay. It kind of holds things back a little bit. It tends to be all right. And then when you're all done, you got a 3/1 flyer. So altogether, win-win-win, right? We got Adeline, the Resplendent Cathar. So when she comes into play, her power and toughness is equal to the number of creatures you control, including herself. She's got vigilance, and every time she or any of your creatures attack, you create an additional 1/1 human creature token that's tapped and attacking. Which means that as soon as she can attack, she's at least a 2/4. And but then again, if anything else can attack, you immediately create it, even if she just came into play. So she's really great about putting out, token creatures. Then we got Raffine, I guess. This is a new card from Streets of New Capenna. And legendary creature, Sphinx Demon. And it costs you 3, one of each of the colors in your deck, of the Esper colors. And you get a 1/4 flyer with ward 1, meaning they have to pay an additional 1 to do any sort of targeting of the spell, of this creature, I mean. And then whenever you attack, it says target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So whenever you attack, meaning it doesn't have to be this card, but anything, target attacking creatures, one of them, connives X, where X is the total number of, okay, so X says, to have a creature connive X, draw X cards, and then discard X cards. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each non-land card discarded this way. So you attack with 3 creatures, then you pick one of your creatures, and then also what you do is you draw 3 cards, and then you discard 3 cards. And then you could basically put up to 3 +1/+1 counters on the creature that you selected. So this will help to pump somebody up. 1/4 means it's got a big old butt that's good for blocking. Huh. That's a mythic right there. Look at that. That's a lot of money there, Joe. All right, we got the Wandering Emperor, which is another white control card. So there's not entirely too aggro between these two cards here. Because, yeah, she will just jump out of nowhere and slice something with that -2 exile target tap creature. You gain 2 life. So it's a little bit of life gain, a little bit of tappy, killy. Then afterwards, you can use her to throw out some samurais and just put +1 counters and first strike on things. Not bad. We got another Streets of New Capenna card called, this guy is gross looking because he's a cephalid, which is like a what are they? The octopus people. That's why he's got tentacles all over the place. Obscura Interceptor, so it's 4 mana. This is rare. It gets a flash, meaning you can put it out on somebody else's turn potentially. Lifelink, and it says when Obscura Interceptor enters the battlefield, it connives. When it connives this way, return up to 1 target spell to its owner's hand. So you flash it out. It's got lifelink. It's got a 3/1, meaning it'll die if it touches anything. But when Obscura Interceptor enters the battlefield, it connives, so therefore it'll probably get an additional +1 counter. And when it connives this way, return up to 1 target spell. It sounds very bouncy, but it could be anything. Creature, I mean, I don't know if land counts as a spell, but enchantment, planeswalkers, all of that should work. I wonder if target spell isn't that. I wonder what target spell means. Well, we'll find out, right? It's either that this is a weird counter spell that just bounces spells as they're being cast back to hands, and that might totally be it, or it means we could just pick anything but a land. We'll find out. Let's see, we got Cave of the Frost Dragon. So we've got 2 man lands. We got another man land. We got a bouncy land. We've got does 4 points of damage to blocking or attacking creature land. What else we got here? Triple land and a bunch of duels. And a smidge of just regular old planes in here. So that's our deck. Man, it's just pretty much white. 2 cards of the Esper variety, and then a bunch of mixed lands to try to make everything work. There's nothing in the sideboard. So let's see how this works. All right, we're playing against Bendude. We've got 4 lands here. Let's go ahead and keep it. It turns out that the return target spell means basically counter the spell, except for rather than putting it to their graveyard, it just returns it back to their hand. So basically, it's a weak counter spell is what she is there. All right, let's Frost Giant. Okay, so our first available cards to play are Brutal Cathar or Raffine. Raffine is the one that allows us to connive whenever a creature attacks. Let's go ahead and let's play it a little slow. We're not in a huge hurry at this moment. I don't like white and green together. Alright, we're going to pop it up this way. We're going to go ahead and go to Luminarch. And I'm looking at Raffine for the next turn. We'll see what he gets out on turn 3 here. Looks like we're playing against white, green, Selesnya, light gain. There's the Moon Dancer. That's who's got to be Brutal Cathar. Alright, so what I got? I got lots of colors. Do I need whites or blue? Let's go for whites. Whites, white. Brutal Cathar. Let's see this. Should we pick this one? No. Let me pick this one? Yes. No! What a super jerk. That's it. That guy's a cheater. Let's pop it right there. No attacks. And there goes his own Brutal Cathar. Yeah, our aggroness is not aggroing very fast, is it? A 3-1, huh? Trying to see, what do we even have in this deck again? Yeah, what I need is like a Wandering Emperor or something. Alright, let's send in the clown. Alright, now the only thing I can do at this point is try to bounce back whatever he's going to cast using an Obscura Interrupter. Pass to attackers. Oh, what do we got here? 3-1. That thing's got first strike. It'll just rip me apart. Let's see. It's 8 and 3 is 11, 12. No matter what, we have to do this. I gotta kill one of the lessers. Discard a card. Let's get rid of this one. Let's connive it. Oh, I returned a land card. I'm sorry, I didn't even recognize what I was doing. I hadn't played with a connive before. Yeah, next game. We'll understand much better. Yeah, I thought that card coming into my hand was just some sort of nebulous effect he got going into the battlefield. Aha, I'm still alive! Alright, let's go ahead and let's load her up. So I gotta return non-land cards at this point. Yeah, apparently they're pretty cool about the whole situation. Yeah, come on down, Charlie Brown. Well, and that's pretty much it. Defeat. Alright, playing against Cerkaz. Alright. People certainly love that purple horn dude. 2 mana. Alright. Hello, my beautiful rainbow fish. Alright. We're gonna go for white again. We shall play Thraben to make it really slow for them. Against the purple man. I shall touch the precious. Don't touch the precious. Alright, so let's go for a slow... I gotta do this way. Let's go for a fast blue. Let's send out some Adeline there and make ourselves a token. There you go, there's 3 points of damage, suckerfish! I'm gonna touch the precious. I touched it. I touched it. Don't touch the precious. Alright, let's go be a jerk. Ready, here we go. Wonk. All attack. There, we got him down to 8. What else can we do at this point? Nothing. I can't intercept. He gets his guy back at this point. Alright, whatever I send over will die. He'll take out the Adeline, but I'll get him down by 4 at this point. Let's just go in, lose the Adeline. Actually, this gets him up by 5 points at this point. Go ahead and block it there, Sergio. Alright, got him down to 1. I'm going to use the Obscura Interceptor. Hopefully I'll be able to block that thing back. Whatever he's going to do, I'll just volleyball net that thing. Here we go. Yoink! This guy. There we go. Come on, where's my dancer? There we go. Can't see it though. He's a little too fast in the good game. Alright, Obscura Interceptor. That guy's rocking it. Alright, we're playing against heysogo at gmail.com. Let's send that guy an email. Alright, we got 3 mana. A lot of it super slow. We got a Thalia. Got another Interceptor. Yeah, we'll try it out. We'll start off with the Raffines first, and then go our way into a fast land. So let's put a Thalia down. Turn 2. Turn 3, if we don't get any more land, is definitely a land. We can put out the Intrepid Adversary potentially. There's a good one. So let's start off a little on the slow side. Alright, here we go. Thalia. Thalia can kill you! So yeah, I'm thinking we'll put out the Spellbinder just so we can take a look at their hand on the next turn. And I'll touch the precious. I touched it. Ooh, you already put a land down, suckerfish. Hope you can cast whatever you put into exile with 1 mana. And you can't. Alright, here we go. So, fast land. Do I want a blue? Yeah, let's do blue. Alright, Elite Spellbinder. Let's take a look at that hand. What are we getting rid of here? Alright, so he's got 3 mana. Tiamat costs a buttload. These are the things I personally don't care for, but put this out, he can't put out any more creatures. Do I care? Let's just kill this. Oh. Alright, what I'm thinking here is we Raffine on the next. Oh, Goldspan, Stinky Dragon. And no blocks. Okay, we'll Raffine in. We will attack with these guys. We'll connive up on the first striker. Let's go ahead and bounce out Intrepid and Elite Spellbinder. Yeah. Ooh, Wandering Emperor is going to cost me 1 more. Well, I got a mana. So I'm hoping the Wandering Emperor will save me from the Goldspan Dragon. No blocks. Have your time. That guy's still sitting on a Tiamat and on the Dragonfire up there. There we go. You're not casting crap with what you got there. Oh, it's only 2 mana, huh? Well, that bites. Alright, let's just pretend to be scared and be done. There we go. She's fast. She was as quick as lightning. Do 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 do. Yeah, she died. But she served her purpose. Alright, so Obscura Interceptor is going to take out Tiamat. Let's just go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because right now what I can do is... He's not... Well, let's just do it. Intern, there we go. I say, because if he pulls a land and puts out Tiamat next turn, I'll be so pissed. Just like that. Just like that. Of course, he'll be able to cast on his next turn, but what can you do? Submit. What am I doing here? Target up to 1 spell. That one right there. Ooh, we got another one. Excellent. Let's go in for the attack. Oh, we're so close. He doesn't know what's going to happen on this next turn. Here it comes. Oh, that... Well, I can still do it. Yoink! Suck it, sucker fish! Victory! Okay, so this is ESPER AGGRO SNC. I gotta say, in that first game, I was disappointed. I thought this deck sucks. How could it had shown up so well over at Untapped GG, having like a... Let me see if I can find what those ratings were. It was a 60% win rate. I thought, what? 60%? This deck sucked. But in the other 2 game times, this deck dominated. And yeah, it did such a good job. So it just seems like 1/3 of the time it's gonna bite, and then the other 2 times it's going to be, it's going to be the pimp hand just slapping them down. So who was the star? I gotta tell you, this was a star to me. Obscura Interceptor was my star. And why is that? Because, I mean, it's not a counter spell. It's not a counter spell. It's just like spike that ball back across the net, right back into their face, and you got to play it at the right time when they don't have the ability to play it again. So, yeah, those big old dragons, those big things that they don't have the mana to replay a second time. This is the tempo card that not only do you get a guy, not only do you get lifelink, not only can you play it on flash, but you get to tell them no, you're not doing it. And the best part, you also got connive on top of it too. All right, so therefore, this is a great card. The only thing I don't like it is Tentacle Face there. That is just really, really grisly looking. I am not a big fan of that. So I'll continue not to look at her face. It's just something I can't really handle. But yeah, all of the things that this Obscura Interceptor does, that was fantastic. It was a lot of fun just to be a big old blue jerk about the situation. But the thing was, they got their card back. It was like a bounce card, except for specifically just about countering for the most part. We have some control between the Brutal Cathar and the Wandering Emperor. You have some control. Elite Spell, you got taxes in here too, right? We got Elite Spellbinder and Thalia, keeping things more expensive for them to actually play. This was cool. The Super Connive, just total, and plus, because one of the best things about Connive is the fact that you're going through your library, you get a chance to say, I want this card more than I want this other card. The only thing is you kind of need to have cards in your hands so that you have a choice to make. Otherwise, you just got to get rid of it. And yeah, even not putting out a +1 counter is totally cool if you favor the card over the counter. So I got to say, I thought this was a great deck. You got all of the goodness of mono white aggro with these 2 Esper cards totally rocking things out. The land distribution was fine. I never had a problem with it. I was okay with it, a little bit slow. It usually wasn't more than a turn, 1 turn that I was actually delayed in any particular game. Usually it was turn 3. I was kind of sucking on fumes for a second. It was all right. It didn't really hurt me out too much. I loved it, the fact that we were able to connive on Thalia, because that first striker with more power is a very threatening first striker. because it doesn't matter what their toughness is as long as they can kill the other creature first. Yep. All right, so that's pretty much it. I gotta tell you, I had a lot of fun with this deck. I think this is definitely an A tier deck. I can see how it has that 60% win rate. That's a good number, by the way. So I think this deck is going to have some chops. You're going to see it being played a bunch. I hope you had fun watching this, and I hope you have as much fun playing this deck as I did. That's it for now. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time. Later.